Hey everyone! Today, we're going to tackle a really crucial topic in health, sexually transmitted infections, or STIs. This is the kind of information everyone needs to have, and we're going to break it all down so you have the power to protect your health.
So you might be wondering, why is this so important for me right now, especially if you feel perfectly healthy? Well, the statistics, they paint a pretty clear picture.
It turns out the highest rates of these infections are actually found in your age group. But, and this is the most important part, the whole reason we're doing this, the really good news is that prevention is absolutely in your hands.
All right, let's dive in and start with the fundamentals, just to make sure we're all on the same page. What exactly is an STI? So, at its core, an STI is an infection that gets passed from one person to another, mainly through sexual contact. You might also hear them called venereal diseases, or VD, or even reproductive tract infections, but they all pretty much refer to the same thing.
And yeah, we're not talking about just one thing here. The term STI is kind of an umbrella that covers a whole range of infections. They can be caused by different things, from common bacteria like with chlamydia to parasites like trichomoniasis, and of course viruses like HIV. And that distinction is actually really important when we start talking about treatment.
It's also super important to know that while the main way they're transmitted is sexual, some STIs, like hepatitis B and HIV, can actually spread in other ways. We're talking about sharing needles, using unsterilized surgical tools, or even from an infected mother to her baby during pregnancy.
Now, let's talk about the long-term effects, because understanding these hidden risks, well, that's key to knowing why you've got to take action early.
If you leave these infections untreated, they are anything but harmless. They can silently move through your body and lead to really serious, long-term health problems. I mean, things like pelvic inflammatory disease, or PID, which is a painful infection, and they can even increase your risk of certain cancers down the line. The impact on reproductive health can be really severe. We're talking about complications that can affect pregnancies, like ectopic pregnancies or even stillbirths, and in some cases cause permanent infertility for both men and women.
So, if the risks are this serious, you're probably asking, why do these infections go undetected so often? Well, there are a few key reasons.
A lot of the time, the first symptoms are really minor, things you could easily just brush off. A little itching, some slight pain, or an unusual discharge. It might not seem like a big deal, but these could be the very first signs that something's wrong. So really, it all comes down to three major challenges that can stop people from getting the help they need. 1, a lot of STIs are asymptomatic, meaning no symptoms at all. 2, there's a powerful social stigma. And 3, like we just said, those early symptoms can be so minor you just dismiss them. This whole asymptomatic thing is a huge deal, especially for women. You can literally have an STI, show zero signs of it, and feel totally fine, all while the infection progresses silently and you might unknowingly pass it on.
And then there's that other huge barrier that has nothing to do with medicine at all: social stigma. Just the fear of being judged can stop people from even talking to a doctor. And that delay, that's exactly when serious complications can start to develop.
But here's the most important part of this whole explainer. You are not powerless here. You have the ability to prevent STIs, and the strategy is actually pretty straightforward. We can break down a powerful prevention strategy into 3 simple, effective pillars. Think of these as your personal health playbook. Okay, pillar number 1 is all about partnerships. This just means making conscious choices to limit your number of sexual partners and avoid sex with partners you don't know well. The fewer partners you have, the lower your risk of exposure is. It's really that simple.
Pillar 2 is protection. This is your physical line of defense. Consistently and correctly using a barrier method like a condom during sex is one of the most effective ways to stop a huge range of STIs from being transmitted.
And that third pillar is vigilance. This means being proactive about your own health. If you have any doubt or concern, don't wait around. Go see a qualified doctor. And if you do get diagnosed with an STI, it is absolutely critical that you complete the full course of treatment to make sure the infection is truly gone.
So, here's the crucial point. Even if an infection does happen, what you do next makes all the difference in the world. Early detection is everything.
And it's vital to get this distinction. While a few STIs like hepatitis B, genital herpes, and HIV aren't currently curable, though they are manageable with treatment, the vast majority of STIs are completely curable. The key is just catching them early and getting them treated properly.
This is the single most important takeaway. For most of these common STIs,
early detection and proper treatment can prevent almost all of those long-term complications. That knowledge, right there, is power.
Okay, we've covered the what, the why, and the how. This information isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to empower you. You now have the playbook to make informed, healthy choices for yourself and for others. The next move is yours.